.1 FM. You are listening to your hit music radio station.
Oh yeah, you love it, baggy. Making a well on your day. Si you me lo macosa, Malia to ton macosa. Le di cuzzi, alla viento de poulet. Si you me lo singo, Malia to ton asico. Amor sur la playlist, juste pour que te play. Désormais sans souci, on va danser.
Top most provoking and stimulating talk show 50-50 is coming on next. Top most provoking and stimulating talk show 50-50 is coming on next.
Okay, Sky 107.1 FM. The time is 10:30. Let's bring the program 50-50 right here on this radio.
Good morning, Monrovia. Good morning, Abel. Good morning, Rebels Field. Good morning, Rebels Sport. Good morning, Toyota. Good morning, Salala. Good morning, Macaque City. Good morning, Tottenberg. Good morning, Clay. Good morning, Bo Waterside. Good morning, Riverside. Good morning, Bapulu. Good morning, Buchanan. Good morning, La. Good morning, Cowell. Good morning, Brewerville. Virginia, Camp David, my River Edge. This is 50-50 on Sky 107.1 FM on a Tuesday morning with this topic. How can the Honorable House of Representatives salvage the embarrassment and rejection of Liberia's Ecowas Parliament representatives? Could this have been avoided had the present leadership of the House of Representatives done the proper vetting? My special studio guest is my son, Vehzelee Sumo, who is the spokesperson of the majority black speaker, Honorable Richard Koon. By 11 o'clock, our lines will be open, so you call us on those numbers on 077-777-107. You'll be live from 50-50 on Sky 107. Better still, call us on 077-221-223. Use our Facebook page, Sky Communications Liberia. My name is Steve Max. I'm the only grandson of my grandfather. And 50-50, you just can't beat the experience. We'll be back right after the theme song.
What happened to you so?
Julie, I worry. I need to pay my daughter's school fee first thing tomorrow morning. And today is Sunday. I finish and get worsened.
But there's no problem there at all. It's possible you can still pay it tomorrow.
Lord, I think you are not level. I'm not joking. If you can't help me, tell me, Lou.
Yeah, I can help you. Let me ask you, have you heard about Ecowas money emergency number?
You say what? Just leave me alone. I'm telling you, I need to pay my money tomorrow morning first thing. And then bank open way 9 o'clock. They can't help me.
But you're not even going to the bank, Tano. All you have to do is to dial *326# and request for 50% of your salary. You will pay EcoBank back within 30 days, and the interest are only 3%. Your money will be sent to your account in a minute, and you can use your ATM card to withdraw it from any EcoBank ATM.
Dalame. You mean I'll get it the same day?
Oh, yes. Instantly. I mean, in a minute. But to you, EcoBank that baby.
I say so.
Oh, I beg you, yeah. EcoBank can make things happen sharp. For any money emergency, just dial *326# to help yourself out.
EcoBank, the Pan African Bank.
Got car troubles? Don't stress. Drive into Uptown Garage. From quick oil changes to complete engine overhauls, we've got you covered. Our skilled mechanics use the latest technology to diagnose and fix your car right the first time. Need tires, brakes, or just a tune-up? We'll get you back on the road, safe and sound. Convenient, affordable, reliable. That's Uptown Garage. Your satisfaction is our top priority. Visit us today at Broad and Nelson Streets. You can also find us on RIA Road, Rehab. Uptown Garage, where your car gets the care it deserves. Relax. Our well house is full of everything that you will never go out of spare parts. It's more than just service. It's the Uptown experience. Visit us today and see why we're the name you can trust. Uptown Garage, driving excellence every day.
Uptown Garage, where they fuel your dreams. Rated will make it shine. Fix your right, make it run divine. Turning every breakdown into hope. Every engine finds its new scope.
You need a bank that cares about you. We are here to lend.
Sending and receiving money across Africa is now cheaper, faster, safer, and even better with PAPS, the game changer in international money transfers across Africa. Now with PAPS and Bloombank Africa, you can enjoy instant cross-border payments made in your local currency without the need for any currency conversion. You can now pay school fees, make salary payments, remittances, trade payments, and do so much more with PAPS right from our internet banking platform, your Bloom digital app, or by walking into any Bloombank branch. Make and receive payments from the Gambia, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, Zambia, and many other African countries with PAPS. For more information, visit our website or walk into the nearest Bloombank branch. PAPS with Bloombank Africa. Connecting payments, accelerating African trade.
Africa, we make it happen.
Hello and welcome to the Voice of Wisdom.
Yo! Wake up, Liberia. You fought war for 14 years. What benefit have you got to show for it? You have all the natural and human resources. What is your fruit? You sit by the riverside, but yet very thirsty. In the sun, but very cold. Liberia. Don't be an Esau. He sold his birthright for his stomach. Wake up, Liberia.
Thank you very much, Icon 5050. That statement was very profound. You said under the sun, the scorching sun, yet you are cold. God endows you with all the mineral resources, yet you are poor. What an irony. Now we have two newspapers, the Liberian, the New Liberian, and the front page newspaper. Let me give you the bottom headlines on the front and back pages. The Ambassador Yole presents letters of credence. Supreme Court temporarily halts corruption trial. Bond County Superintendent critique. The government, this is coming from Augustine Pega, former Minister of Finance. He said, the government of Liberia and the European Union have signed two significant financing agreement totaling $21 million. However, Liberia's domestic revenue has been growing steadily despite the economic challenges. Unquote. Augustine Pega, EU steps in to salvage USAID Liberia aid withdrawal. Liberia domestic resource mobilization takes roots. US $650,000 dam under construction for rice production in Lofa County. The back page of the New Liberia newspaper says President Baika foreign dignitaries embrace EJS Center 5th anniversary. Cayman County Senator decries gender inequality, calls for women's empowerment. Liberian Land Authority turns over 5 customary land deeds to River says County Joe River Administrative District benefits hugely, and I may add from Beakley. The front page newspaper leaving behind a legacy of service. Marie Enid Best, matriarch of the Best family, passes at 93. Timely intervention, Mobile Molu stand petition Supreme Court to lift restrictions on motorbike keke riders, demand return of confiscated items. Seeking police response, Speaker Kofi demands urgent update on investigation into office break-in. As another decoration day dawns, Liberia's historic cemetery is in ruins as graveside remains a drug hub despite the government's pledge to tackle the menace. From Palm Grove to drug haven, it says, and I quote, every year we come to decorate our parents' grave. We have to fix the graves like we are building a new house. Either the top of the grave or the side of the grave is damaged. Drug outlets have taken over the cemetery. Last year, when we came to decorate, we could not see the steel rod, and even the ties that were on the grave are all gone. Gabriel Thompson, resident of Monrovia. Vanny Dix said, and I quote, on Sunday, we had a mass cleanup exercise. The only thing that is still being worked on there is the ghettos. The place has been cleaned. Before Wednesday, that entire place will be prepared. The Monrovia City Police is already putting in some safety measures regarding the decoration day at the Palm Grove Cemetery. Vanny Diggs, Director of Communication, Monrovia City Corporation. Our Chief Justice's retirement years, Supreme Court legacy is at stake amid ambiguous ruling in House leadership crisis. Ecowas rebuff of majority black. Crucial test for Siene Yo. It says when Councillor Siene J.P. Yo was commissioned as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, she pledged to dispense justice without favor. The court has delivered rulings. However, the ongoing House representative crisis is recent decision to provide a definitive solution as both the majority black and the minority claim victory. Or clear ruling to resolve the crisis. Public anticipation is high as Chief Justice Yo prepares to prepare for retirement. The court's handling of Kofi's request will serve as a critical test of her legacy as Liberia's first post-war female Chief Justice. The back page of the is a sport page. Is the Minister of Bangalore refused Weah's statement on Brazilian coach Campo's desire to coach Liberia's national team. Read the papers. If we have the time, we'll read the editorials, a long editorial from the front page newspaper. If I don't have the chance to read it, I'll read it tomorrow, which is on Thursday. That's not the meat of my coming here for today. I've invited my son, in whom I'm well pleased. Most of people don't know this, but there are some of you have, when you're an African father, you have a lot of children because we believe in inclusivity, not exclusivity. Your father's brother's son is your brother, not your cousin, as you people call it. So Vehzelee is my son, and Vehzelee is here today in a different category. I heard a lot about him. I critique a lot about him. I judge his judgment because I did not know. Now I know. Good morning, Vehzelee.
Good morning, Mr. Gilate. It is a very distinct pleasure to be here this morning, sitting across the microphone with you. And like you said rightly, I am one of your many sons in the media, and I take serious proud in that. And but I mean, we've moved on to this new role, and we're looking forward again to working with you, while I still honor your tutelage and guardians to perform.
Let's look at this. The topic I want us to address, because that's a new role, and it's an Herculean task. I don't know how you navigate this. It's a rough terrain. But when children grow, they gotta make their own decisions. They got to find their own path, and so you choose your path. How can the Honorable House of Representatives salvage the embarrassment and rejection of Liberia's Ecowas Parliament representatives? Could this have been avoided had the present leadership of the Honorable House of Representatives done the proper vetting? The guy who answer this question is the spokesperson of the majority Black Speaker, Honorable Richard Koon, and that person is Vehzelee Sumo. Good morning, Vehzelee, again.
Good morning, Mr. Jonathan.
Carefully, this is a huge embarrassment. How did we reach here?
Well, embarrassment is your choice of word, but I wouldn't term it that way. I don't see it as an embarrassment. Let me answer the question of whether it is an embarrassment or not by answering your second question: how did we get here? And then maybe the public can judge whether it is actually an embarrassment, or if it is, who's embarrassed. Now, the Ecowas Parliament is the legislative arm of the regional body Ecowas. There is the Ecowas Commission, which is basically the executive arm. There's the Ecowas Parliament, the legislative arm, and then there is the Ecowas Court, the judicial arm of Ecowas. So the Ecowas Parliament is formulated in a way that member states would send representatives to the Parliament. Currently, there are 115 members of the Ecowas Parliament, I mean, personnel of the Ecowas Parliament. The membership of the Parliament depends on the size of the population of countries. So a country like Nigeria has the highest number of members, I think around 35, while smaller countries like Liberia.
In every jurisdiction of the Ecowas thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically countries that are more populated have got bigger representations. So Liberia,
but not as parliamentarians though, or as
parliamentarians.
Oh, wow.
Nigeria has 5.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's based on population to represent the Liberian Parliament. Now, so it's important for us to understand that the representation at the Ecowas Parliament represents the Liberian Parliament. Okay, so because it is understood as per Article 18 of the Supplementary Act.
Let me go to that.
Yes, please. Article 18 of the Supplementary Act governing the Ecowas Parliament states very clearly how members of the Parliament are sent to Parliament or nominated or sent by their different parliaments to the Ecowas Parliament. So Article 18 talks about elections. Article 18A, and it's good that you have it so that the public listening can be.
Let me read this. Okay. There is the 50th ordinary section of the authority of the heads of state and government, Abuja, 17 December 2016. Supplementary Act A/SA 1216 relating to the enhancement of the powers of the Ecowas Parliament, the high contracting parties. Mindful of Article 7, Article 8, and Article 9 of Ecowas Treaty as amended, and establishing the authority of heads of state and government, and defining the composition and functions. Mindful of Article 6 and 13 of the said treaty relating to the institutions of the community and the establishment of Ecowas Parliament, respectively. mindful of supplementary protocol as of the 1st of June 2006, amending the revised treaty and in particular establishing a new legal regime for the community, mindful of the protocol relating to the mechanism for conflict prevention, management, resolution, peacekeeping, security of 10 December 1999, and in particular Chapter 2, mindful of supplementary protocol of 2001.
So that is the preamble.
Yeah, that is the preamble.
I would like us to go to chapter 18. Chapter 18 is where the point of contention is.
Okay.
So let's just go up there to chapter 18. Chapter 18 is on election, immunity, and parliamentary allowance. That's chapter 3, article 18.
Go ahead.
Are you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Chapter 3, article 18. Chapter 3 is election, immunity, and parliamentary allowance. So article 18 is election terms of office and vacancies. So article 18A says representatives shall be elected by direct universal suffrage by the citizens of member states. What that basically explains is that for you to first of all qualify to be elected to the Ecowas Parliament, you must be an elected official of your country.
You must be the representative.
Or representative. That's firstly what Article 18A says. Then Article 18B says the representation of each member state shall reflect as much as possible the political configuration in the state. So it means that, like for Liberia, we have Unity Party, basically CDC, and what we term as independent candidates or other party candidates. So if you're sending a representation to the Ecowas Parliament, the Ecowas Parliament Supplementary Act basically says it should reflect the political configuration. So there should be one Unity Party person, or maybe two, depending on how many representatives a political party has in Parliament. That should be represented in your representation to the Ecowas Parliament.
Does it also suffice to mean that a party cannot send more than all the
you can send all members from one party.
All the members can come from one party.
No.
Okay.
They must represent the political configuration in your country.
Okay.
That is what Article 18B says. Then Article 18C says each member state shall ensure at least 30% representation on the parliamentary delegation. So since Liberia has 5 members, most likely one of the 5 has to be a female, because that will constitute a little under 30%.
You gotta be gender sensitive.
Now, but let's move fast forward to Article 18G, because Article 18D talks about the citizen of a member state who meets the following conditions shall be eligible, meaning should be citizen, should be an elected member of parliament, under its constitutional or electoral law, should be elected for re-election, and shall verify, and the parliament shall verify the credentials of the said person. But let's go to G, because G is more critical, more important to the discussion. G says, pending the time representatives are directly elected by citizens of member states, the national assemblies of member states or their equivalent institutions or organs shall elect, I like us to underline the word elect, shall elect such representatives from amongst themselves.
And those are the members that are sent to the
Ecowas Parliament.
Okay.
They should be
elected by their peers.
Yes. So now that we have got this point, let's go to where we are with this Ecowas scuffle.
So in other words, those people that are there already, it would have been assuming in the power of, in the vision of this supplementary act, they were elected by their peers.
That is what it should be.
It should be elected by their peers.
Yes.
No, I'm just giving an assumption.
Yes.
In order to qualify them to be there,
yes,
they must have been elected by their peers.
But was that the case here? No. They were not elected. They were selected. The then speaker selected them. He chose them. Plenary did not elect them. So when the majority of members of the House started having or decided to remove their speaker, they made it as one of their counts that Speaker Kofa then did not allow for election of members to the Ecowas Parliament.
But it took 1 year.
Because the reason why it took a year,
and they didn't make this noise. There's a new noise coming up now.
It sounds like a new noise, but it's not. The truth is, as members of Parliament, they engaged the former speaker. He paid it no credence because, according to him, he had done what in his wisdom was right. Now it's important to stress that when Buffer Chambers was Speaker of the House of Representatives, he also did not allow for election of members to the Ecowas Parliament. He too selected members to the Ecowas Parliament.
Why do they do that?
When Fona Tikofa became Speaker, he thought to do the same. He selected members to the Ecowas Parliament. It raised eyebrows. His colleagues decided, no, we should have election. That is what the Ecowas Supplementary Act calls for. Let's elect our members. They raised them up with him. He said, no, I've selected, and that is final. Now I'll read for you a communication. The communication he sent to Ecowas, informing them about the decision by the Liberian House of Representatives presenting the representatives on the House of Representatives of Liberia to the Ecowas Parliament. It is dated February 7. I don't know whether I can give it to you to read. The prints are very small.
And my eyes
may not be good.
Let me see that.
Try to enlarge it.
Yeah, let me try to enlarge it. Let's see if it can go this way. That'll be all right. Can your phone rotate?
To rotate it?
Yes. I want to have it.
I don't know. Maybe I could send it to your phone.
Okay.
And maybe
so just read.
Let me read it. So it says it is dated February 7, 2024. It is addressed to
Fonati's letter now.
Yes. It is addressed to Dr. Sidi Mohammed Tunis. He's the former Speaker of the Ecowas Parliament. He says, Right Honorable Speaker, reference election of Liberian representatives to the 6th legislature of the Ecowas Parliament. That is the reference of this letter. My question is, he did not elect them. Why did he reference that they were elected? Because he recognized
I'll be elected.
Let's go further in the letter. He says, the Liberian legislature supplementary relating to the inherent power of the Ecowas Parliament, in line with its standing rules, is pleased to submit the names of the following honorable members in Liberia's representatives to the 6th legislature of the Ecowas Parliament. In this letter, he makes reference of Article 28C of the Supplementary Act that we have. So let's, for the sake of the public, read what Article 28C of the Ecowas Parliament, the Supplementary Act says. Article 28C says, until representatives are directly elected in accordance with Article 18(1)(a) that we read earlier, the national parliaments of member states shall elect representatives. The names and particulars of the elected representatives shall be communicated to the president of the commission and the speaker at least 1 month before the end of the legislature. So even in Fonati's letter, he references the portion of the Ecowas Act that calls for the election of members to the parliament. So the Liberian legislature decided, let's correct that.
Did they correct that when Fonati was there? You sent the letter to Ecowas. I would assume falsely informing Ecowas that the representatives have been sent to you were duly elected by their peers. Why did it take all that long time?
Because the House communicates through channels. Only 2 means by which the House can communicate. Every communication that derives from a decision made by plenary comes through the office of the chief clerk. Besides that, the Speaker of the House of Representatives can communicate his position on issues on behalf of his office.
My point is, this represents the procedures sending people to the Ecowas Parliament. It states unequivocally, the guys got to be elected by their peers. Fonati in this letter to the Ecowas, which you said was false because they were not elected, informed Ecowas
that they were elected
in consonance with the people who were elected and are hereby forwarded to you. That's after a year. Guys didn't pick it up.
They did. The House of Representatives here picked it up.
They didn't make noise.
Communicate with then Speaker Kofa, asking him to correct that. He opted not to. That's why they made it one of the counts against him
But we don't have that documented about their their contestation of what they claim that Fonanti did.
Mr. Gilate, there is no way a group of lawmakers could communicate with ECOWAS except they did it through the channels. That's why I keep.
They will put it on the floor. That Fonanti lied to ECOWAS.
Who had to put it on the floor? The speaker. Now, the very speaker who's claiming that he did the right thing. So you see, that is what built up. That is what increased some of the anger against the former speaker. And that is why the guys made it a part of their accounts. So fast forward. Now that they're sitting in one body here in regular sitting, they decided, let's correct it. So they decided to withdraw the nominations at Parliament, ECOWAS Parliament, and elect new representatives.
So they told ECOWAS that the by Fonanti are not the rightful representative.
Exactly. And this is their letter. I mean, we letter sent by the representatives to the ECOWAS Parliament, informing them that what they have as representatives of the Liberian Parliament represent what it should be in with the supplementary act governing the ECOWAS Parliament. This is what they wrote to the ECOWAS Parliament, and it is important.
That is what Richard Koon wrote.
Not Richard Koon, the House of Representatives.
Okay.
Under the signature of Chief Clerk Major Sion. And that is why I'm stressing this.
That is what I'm going back. Why couldn't they have done that using the same chief clerk? We say, why Fonanti communicated to you?
Because a group of lawmakers who may be disenchanted can go to the chief clerk and say, write a letter on our behalf. The chief clerk communicates the decisions of plenary. So they had to go to plenary and make that decision. Now, they couldn't make that decision in plenary because it has to be an item on the agenda. Who authorizes the agenda? The speaker. So if the speaker sees nothing wrong with what he has done and you have an argument against him, there's no way he's putting it on the agenda. So there's no way they could have taken it to plenary to make an argument about it. That's the point I'm trying to.
So it was dead.
So yes, you can't argue against the speaker, because if you go to the speaker and say, Chief, we want you to put this thing on the floor so that we can debate it, and he sees that and he doesn't want to, he doesn't put it on the floor. You can't beat him to put it on the floor. That's the authority of the speaker. But that is the letter that the Liberian delegation, the Liberian House of Representatives wrote to the ECOWAS Parliament. It's dated the 25th of February and addressed to Honorable Memunatu Ibrahima. She's the current Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament. This is what they said. They said, Dear Honorable Speaker, I present compliments and by directive of the Honorable House of Representatives in session, write to recall the below members who were earlier transmitted to represent the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature of Liberia at the ECOWAS Parliament. They are Honorable Samuel Enders, Honorable Muhammad Briggs Mensah, Honorable Taziah Wongbe. Now, here's the reason they gave. They said, Honorable Speaker, please be informed that said decision is predicated upon the fact that the representation did not meet the requirements enshrined in Article 18A, B, and C of the protocol of the ECOWAS Parliament. So you see, the Liberian legislature wrote the ECOWAS Parliament saying, we write recalling our members because they did not go through the proper procedure laid down in your own rules. ECOWAS Parliament accepts the letter, sends a notification of receipt, and then promised to respond subsequently. They did respond yesterday.
What did they say?
This is what they said. They responded yesterday, and then instead of addressing the core issue as raised by the Liberian House of Representatives, they thought to jump to another segment or provision of their law that speaks to immunity of the parliament of parliamentarians at the ECOWAS Parliament. Now, there is their response. They say that, Dear Chief Clerk, I acknowledge receipt of your letter dated February 25, 2025 regarding the recall of 3 members designated by the House of Representatives of Liberia to serve in the ECOWAS Parliament. Following a thorough review of your request, I wish to inform you of the following. In accordance with Article 18(1) and 2 of the Supplementary Act of the Enhancement of the Powers of ECOWAS Parliament, the mandate of community parliamentarians is set for a fixed term of 4 years. Once designated and sworn in, members cannot be removed or replaced before the expiration of their term, except in the following cases. And then they go on to list those cases, right? The point, and that is where I'm confused.
So what they're telling you in a nutshell is this. Because by the procedures laid down in sending somebody to ECOWAS, he must have been elected by their peers and sent to ECOWAS, where they took that oath at ECOWAS, As long as they take the oath of Ecowas, they become Ecowas creatures.
Yeah.
Though representative from African from member states, they're Ecowas. But a beats my imagination for Ecowas to have replied the way they did, knowing from the letter that they did not address the letter in the way they ought to have. They said once the guy is elected, he's got a term of office, maybe talking to Liberian representative now, House of Representatives, wait until their tenure expires.
Yeah, that is exactly what they responded. That was the tone of their response. But here's the thing.
And to Richard Koon does not address the core of the issues?
No, to the House of Representatives, and I keep stressing to the House of Representatives because it is their decision. It's not Speaker Koon's decision. It's the House of Representatives' decision. Now, Ecowas is saying that as long as you send us the names of people as your representatives and they come here and we swear them in, that is that.
So this is a huge embarrassment.
So the embarrassment is, does Ecowas just accept anything that a member state sends to them? Ecowas has rules or guidelines, right? People should meet certain criteria to be eligible to be members of the parliament. Does Ecowas check the criteria laid down when these members are sent?
In other words, you're asking Ecowas, you should have found out whether the guys were elected by the peers?
Yeah, so that means anybody who is the Speaker of the House of any of the member states can just write the names of certain people and just send it to Ecowas, and as soon as they appear in person, Ecowas will swear them in, and that is that. Is that what Ecowas is saying? Then there is a fundamental flaw in ECOWAS's own procedures for admitting people to the parliament. Because we as a member state, we're saying people who were not sent the right way. And anything not done right is not done at all. We recognize that we did not do the right thing. We're seizing this opportunity to get it right. ECOWAS is saying, no, okay, even if you did it wrong, the fact that they're here already, you can come back for them.
Wait for until their time is
Yes. I mean, those people represent us. And again, the Ecowas Act calls for representative democracy. Representative democracy is what the Ecowas Act espouses. Now, how is it possible that in a representative democracy, the people who we elect are not accountable to us because they fall under some immunity clause of a certain parliament? The people who represent us are our representatives. They should be accountable to us. So if Liberia sends people there, and for whatever reason, and we're not doing this out in a vacuum, we're doing it based on the law. Can ECOWAS just say, can they just make reference to the law and say we're wrong for what we're doing based on the law? No, they're using another portion of the very law to protect the people that are there. And these people that are there, as far as we're concerned, are there illegally.
The system becoming, the situation becoming too complex. We say, no, the guys that they are not our true representatives. ECOWAS is saying, she did not call that. Okay, the mistake is made. Let's write it on until the time expires. How do we get out of this nonsense?
And you see,
is ECOWAS to solve the problem or to keep afloat this representative speaker war impasse, or let bygone be bygone? This guy here for 4 years, and after 4 years, you have the opportunity to have another set of people. How do we get out of
all of its bodies, I mean, the three branches of the of ECOWAS as a body, has a responsibility to not meddle into the local politics of member states.
Are they meddling now?
Yes, they are.
They say forget about the time. It's done already.
Though
it's done wrongly, but it's done already. We shouldn't elasticize this to keep the impasse going.
Well, they're thinking that what action is being taken by the House of Representatives of the Republic of Liberia is an extension of the impasse that they're having. That is untrue. In fact, we're trying to fix things.
And ECOWAS is between the scissors. Maybe they're recalling of guys that they have already sworn in. It's only elasticization of the current impasse.
That is what they're making it appear like.
That's what they want to avoid, I guess.
But that is not the case. They accept that we did not do things rightly. They accept that we did not do things rightly. Our lawmakers who are currently there come back home. Those who have been duly elected go there, and that is that. It's as simple as that. ECOWAS should not attempt to be a party to the case. That is what they're trying to do. Because listen to some audio, some ECOWAS members doing some debate in their plenary and directly poking into the business, the local politics here in Liberia. That is wrong. ECOWAS parliamentarians should discuss issues at the ECOWAS level. Here, our local politics is our local politics. What we communicate to ECOWAS is what to deal with. They can tell us what we should do here.
We look at it as a beginning of a problem between the current parliament leadership and that of the Liberian representatives.
I'm hoping that is not the case, because you see, ECOWAS has a lot to lose with this. I mean,
we got a lot to lose than ECOWAS.
That's what you think.
That's what it is.
But it is the other way.
If ECOWAS throw those guys up and say, oh, come, we're not taking any guys, what do we do?
Well, the Liberian legislature can take a lot of steps. Firstly, I only want to preempt some of the actions that the legislature can take, but there are a lot that ECOWAS not like, because again, what they're trying to, in their wisdom, maybe what they're trying to avoid is exactly what we may end up at, making it appear like there's a rift and there's some issue. No, they should stop shielding their members or our own representatives that we send to them. That's what I see. They're jumping behind this immunity clause.
ECOWAS looking at us now, the parliamentaries looking at us not being serious guys. Every day they change things. Every day they change things. Come on,
well, maybe we ourselves.
Let's call this bluff off. Maybe that's what they're doing. What they're doing.
Maybe we
because
ourselves
I don't see how
should be looking at ECOWAS as not being serious. Listen, Mr. Jonathan, this ECOWAS as a regional body has a lot to lose if they continue to lose member states, because then their authority will dwindle. Right now, 3 member states walked away. They'll not even be able to call.
And there's an appetite for others to follow suit.
They don't want a situation where member states continuously become disenchanted with the actions of ECOWAS. So again, like I said, they have something to lose at the end of this. And that's why they should avoid being a party to this case and just act based on their laws. That's what we're asking them to do.
Let's take our break, and when we come back, call us on those numbers, 07777 You'll be live from 5050 on Sky. 107. My special studio guest is Vehzelee Sumo, spokesperson of the majority black leader, speaker, Richard Nagbe Koon.
Escape to paradise, where every moment is a cherished memory waiting to be made. Welcome to Avino Hotel, the Serenity Sanctuary, amidst breathtaking beauty. Our special rooms and suite offer a heaven of comfort, each with its own private balcony to immerse you in nature's splendor. Indulge in a world-class dining where our African and Western cuisine meets natural elegance. Avino Hotel, located in the heart of Gompa City in Yekepa. Visit today and enjoy your stay. 24 hours of bill service. Avino Hotel, we got a great hall for all your meeting and provide a comfortable seating facility and catering services. Why? At Avino Hotel, you can visit our state-of-the-art casino as you watch out for our sky pool coming very soon. You can even visit our bar and get a refreshing cold and icy drink. The Avino Hotel offers an enchanting experience of every traveler, making every stay a dream come true. When a day turns into night, our hotel comes alive. Avino Hotel, the heartbeat of Gompa and Yekepa City, the twilight of hospitality. No matter the occasion, we have the perfect seating for celebration and unforgettable moments. Avino Hotel, where luxury meets nature and memories last a lifetime. Come, experience the tranquility and beauty that only Avino Hotel can offer.
We are here to lend.
Sending and receiving money across Africa is now cheaper, faster, safer, and even better with PAPS, the game changer in international money transfers across Africa. Now with PAPS and Bloombank Africa, you can enjoy instant cross-border payments made in your local currency without the need for any currency conversion. You can now pay school fees, make salary payments, remittances, trade payments, and do so much more with PAPS right from our internet banking platform, your Bloom digital app, or by walking into any Bloombank branch. Make and receive payments from the Gambia, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Nigeria, Ghana, and other African countries with PAPS. For more information, visit our website or walk into the nearest PAPS. Bloombank Africa. Connecting payments accelerating African trade.
Africa, we make it happen. Fix your soul.
Got car troubles? Don't stress. Drive into Uptown Garage. From quick oil changes to complete engine overhauls, we've got you covered. Our skilled mechanics use the latest technology to diagnose and fix your car right the first time. Need tires, brakes, or just a tune-up? We'll get you back on the road, safe and sound. Convenient, affordable, reliable. That's Uptown Garage. Your satisfaction is our top priority. Visit us today at Broad and Nelson Streets. You can also find us on RIA Road, Rehab. Uptown Garage, where your car gets the care it deserves. Relax. Our well house is full of everything that you will never go out of spare parts. It's more than just service. It's the Uptown experience. Visit us today and see why we're the name you can trust. Uptown Garage, driving excellence every day.
Uptown Garage, where they fuel your dreams. Fading will make it shine. Fix your right, make it run divine. Turning every breakdown into hope. Every engine finds its new scoop.
Hey, Tanu, what happened to you so?
Julie, I worry. I need to pay my daughter's school fee first thing tomorrow morning. And today is Sunday. I finish and get worsened.
But there's no problem there at all. It's possible you can still pay it tomorrow.
Lord, I think you are not Leo. I'm not joking. If you can't help me, tell me, Lou.
Yeah, I can help you. Oh. Let me ask you, have you heard about Ecowas money emergency number?
You say what? Just leave me alone. I'm telling you, I need to pay my money tomorrow morning first thing. And then be open way 9 o'clock. They can't help me.
But you're not even going to the bank, Tanu. All you have to do is to dial *326# and request for 50% of your salary. You will pay Ecobank back within 30 days, and the interest are only 3%. The money will be sent to your account in a minute, and you can use your ATM card to withdraw it from any Ecobank ATM.
Dalame. You mean I'll get it the same day?
Oh, yes. Instantly. I mean, in a minute. But to you, Ecobank that baby.
I say so.
Oh, I beg you, yeah. Ecobank can make things happen sharp. For any money emergency, just dial *326# to help yourself out.
Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
Thank you very much. We're back on 50-50. Let me give you the summary before you put in your call, so that you get an understanding of what it is. In order to be a member of Ecowas parliamentary personnel, first must be elected by your peers. African Ecowas member state must be elected by his peers, his parliament, and that name is forwarded to Ecowas. And Ecowas is at Ecowas that you take the oath that entitles you to 4 years. Anything to the contrary, according to their supplementary, something void. That's the I gave you. The 5 guys that were sent, one would have thought that they went through that procedure, that process, and was sent to Ecowas, and there where they took their oath. But according to the letter presented by Sumo, the Fanati, according to him, Fanati handpicked and wrote Ecowas, informing Ecowas that they were duly elected by their peers before they were forwarded to the Ecowas. Let's go to the line now and talk to our very first caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Tlade.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
Thank you. And let me appreciate you for this platform. You got to appreciate your guests.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
My name is Aman Kosban.
For long, Sunday, yeah, your first time calling you.
Yeah, we are here following, doing what we can do to ensure that we have a transformed country.
Go ahead.
So we are playing our part quietly.
Go ahead.
With that said, I'm concerned about the current impacts at the National Legislature. For some of us, we don't have particular interest in an individual. Our interest is squarely in the state. So whosoever becomes speaker for us, our concern is we just want a functional legislature that will execute the responsibility that was given to them by the Liberian people. But I'm concerned about the form and manner to which Vehzelee and others trying to handle the current impacts at the National Legislature. If care is not taken, it will deepen the already existing crisis at the house.
Nipe,
For instance,
we're talking in circle. Why are you blaming Sumo? Sumo just read you letters as evidence of his position. What are you blaming him?
I've been following him. I've been following an analysis with respect to the subject under conversation. I've been following the appearances on almost all of the media outlets that he has been given an opportunity to appear and make a case in the favor of Koon. So I'm blaming him because the form and manner through which he has been projecting the issue is wrong, and I'm calling on him now to have a rethink so that it will not eventually deepen the already existing crisis that we have. What we want is that we want a solution that would eventually mitigate the current situation that we are faced with. Take, for instance, we would have thought that, and I mean, all of the opinions from whether it is opposite or in favor should be respected. I mean, you can go ahead condemning everybody and claiming that only you doing the right thing. No, it is wrong. That's not the way to resolve conflict. To resolve conflict, respect every side, respect every opinion, and call them on board so that you can have those issues that have been raised, but then mitigated and resolved in the interest of our people.
Thank you.
To conclude, Vehzelee has blamed the media for the current impacts that is going on at the capital building. Vehzelee is right now blaming Ecowas for the current situation that we are faced with. Vehzelee has accused Fanabi Kofa of financially inducing media people, to narrate the story in his favor. So Vehzelee now is informing us that media people, they are not rendering opinion on the basis of conscience, but rather on the basis of financial inducement. It is wrong. And I'd like to
call me on that number on 0777. Let's go back to line 6. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
I'm Minister Jimmy Williams from Johnsonville.
Go ahead, Minister.
Yeah, as Minister of the Gospel, I listened to your studio guest. I listened to him before and I listened to him today. I want to have one advice for him because we, as a religion leader, sometimes we listen to people, politicians, and in that direction we pray for our nation. And my only advice for him is he shouldn't allow himself to be news.
But wait a minute, wait. I don't know now. How does he using himself to allow himself to be used?
I am only saying that your studio guest shouldn't allow himself to be used.
How does he allow himself to be used? That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, but this man knows that the entire country is going against Rejection for his elect action against people, even against letter in the house, against other people. He's too violent. And the way in which even the justices even declaring as for protest speaker, the entire country going against it because the way through which he accepted that because it was not through the proper channel. So for him to come up and defend those things, I feel like he is going to drown with a failed politician.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777 Good morning.
Good morning, T-Max.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
My name is Spencer Mason, and I'm calling you from Fort Worth, Texas.
Go ahead. You listen to you listen to Sumo.
I listen to Vehzelee. And I kind of taking a step back and wondering what is going on. Vehzelee is, and from what for his articulation, he's well educated. But Vehzelee, are you aware that if a district wanted to withhold its representatives and they obtain 2,000 signatures, and those signatures are sent to the House of Representatives, it's the House of Representatives that determines whether that representative is recalled?
But that's a different scenario. No. That's
not a different.
No, let me give you the scenario as I see them. Ecowas protocols requires that before the man is sent to Ecowas Parliament, that person must have been duly elected by his peers locally. Then that based on that election result, that person is sent. That name is sent to Ecowas, where the person take the oath of office. Vehzelee is saying that was not the case.
But wait, the House of Representatives, the protocol says that the people of the district must duly elect the person before the person is sent to the election.
But that when you become representative, you're gonna be duly elected. No, wait a minute. That to me that one is purely elementary, because there is no way you can become a representative when you're not duly elected by your people.
Exactly.
The people that are elected, but that's
I understand your point.
But let me go ahead again. That's not what Ecowas parliamentary requirement is. Though you are duly elected by your district, when you come to the Honorable House of Representatives and you are sent to Ecowas, your peers, the other representatives, the 73 of them who are the representative, must elect you as their representative to Ecowas. So that two elections.
I know you're pretty.
Two elections.
I know you pretty soon want to turn me off. But hold on a minute. Let's look at the comparative here. Okay, both are representatives elected by the constituents.
By their different constituents. Okay.
Yes.
So
what are you going to?
So that one is clear out.
Wait, hold on. Whether are you going to the Liberian National representative or you going to the Ecowas, you must be elected by your constituents. The removal of you from the legislature, whether the Ecowas or the Liberian legislature, depends on the legislature. In Liberia, it depends on the legislature. So you get 2,000 votes, 2,000 signatures to remove your representative. The House of Representatives determine whether that person can go back or not. It's not the people. The same thing happen to them in the West African group. Now they got a problem with it. Is that not double standard? But besides the fact, let's hit the fact to the nail.
We lost that caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Timat.
My brother, what's your name, please?
Thank you, Timat. Timat, my name is Choma O'David, and I join you from district number 16 in Newtown this morning. Timat, let me say good morning to Vehzelee in studio. Timat, I must agree with Mr. Sumo on what all you have said this morning. Timat, the substantive issue here is this. The people that were the representatives that was sent by former speaker Kofa, was they elected? That's the question that Foro failed to answer. And it's the issue that.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, sure. Thank you very much. This is Emmanuel Petit calling for Abel.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I'm really listening to you carefully, but then I have a little problem. Ecowas' responsibility is to maintain the rule of law. If the rule of law were breaking by sending a group of people, Ecowas will not speak to you directly, but indirectly they will reject it. Thank you.
Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead, my brother. What's your name?
I'm Abraham. I'm calling from Dora.
Go ahead, Abi.
You know, Stima, you continue interesting. I've Vehzelee talking a day to. You know, my brother is not going nowhere. Vehzelee is saying the crashing of the election. I bet I'm a follower of one event. Analysis. Everything again, contrary to the day. Just because is an advisor to
Wait. Don't give Liberia. Why you want to get Liberia? Vehzelee just told you what the procedures are. That is in Vehzelee. I said you want Vehzelee to not be Vehzelee. Vehzelee gave you the criteria to go to Parliament, to Ecowas Parliament. Your people, the other representatives, you must go together and elect you. When they elect you, when you win the election, then they send your name to Ecowas. That's how you go there. And the what Vehzelee just said.
Yeah, hello, Tima. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Are you getting me?
I'm getting you loud and
clear. The country is not about a procedure that he has saying about the process that guy in CEO saying the on point effect. The why he's saying a contract or why he's saying today. So what are you going to tell Labampo? So are you telling Labampo the owner going against the Labampo interest? So are you telling me the whole country? People are saying, oh, people are wrong authority. Yes.
The journalist in Georgia, look at when you get it, you can't leave it again. Good morning.
Good morning, T-Max.
My brother, what's your name and where you calling me from?
Yeah, good morning, T-Max, and good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. T-Max, for the record, my name is Joshua Falakweneke-Lodimio. I come from Lower Magibi County.
Go ahead.
District number 2.
Go ahead.
T-Max, thank you, and thanks to your studio guests. But it is alleged that Richard Nagbe Koon is a purported Speaker of the House. Richard Nagbe Koon was not elected directly by his people in the formal manner where they have to reach certain number, and he just hijacked power. Now, the people were recalled and they asked other people to go there. They were elected, duly elected, yes. But was Richard Nagbe Koon duly elected? That's the question. Secondly, if Fonati Kofa selected those guys to go and serve on the land of Ecowas T-Max, then what did they do? Where were they when those guys were selected and sent there? Did they write a letter to send to Ecowas? So to Ecowas, those guys were selected. They were not elected through the due process. What did they do at the time?
But then you didn't.
T-Max,
Wait. No, you wait. Bah, if you don't wait, I will call you up. I don't want to get a power to call you up.
Go ahead.
Vehzelee read you the letter that they signed to Ecowas.
Come again?
Vehzelee read you the letter that they sent to Ecowas.
Yeah, okay, they wrote that letter to Ecowas. And Ecowas told you, I'm talking about before those guys could be sent to Ecowas and they were sworn into office. Ecowas accepted those guys. When those guys were sent to Ecowas, before they could be sworn into office, what did they do? Now they wrote a letter. Ecowas is telling me that, yeah, we are putting the men into office. These people, we have recognized them. Though you say those guys were selected, but we have to wait until some time. Now, what I'm saying, when the guys were sent to Ecowas, what did they do at that time? Did they send a follow-up letter immediately to tell Ecowas that Ecowas do not recognize those guys because they were selected by Fonati Kofa? And right now, Richard Nagbe Koon, it is alleged that he's a purported speaker, that he is a self-proclaimed title. Now they say he was not duly elected, and then he record those guys and send an issue. Now Ecowas said they cannot work with them because of the situation that is prevailing now. Team, as the question is, now we are fighting for a non-permanent seat with Ecowas or with UN. Now, if we cannot settle our house in this form and manner, what next can be done? What if Ecowas does not recognize those guys? And even those are guys that was saying the Ecowas does not recognize them, but Ecowas said we will work with the people. What will Liberia do?
Call me on that number on 077777107. Let's go to the line to talk to our last caller.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name, please?
Mr. Grake and Mr. Sumo. And thanks for the show. David Harris now call from Destin Show.
Go ahead, Harris.
My take on this issue, I don't know where Amma and the leg of all are running away. When Mr. Drake and Mr. Snow and Mr. Sumo have laid a basis into which people are elected and sent to the Ecowas Parliament. You are elected by your peers and sent to the Ecowas Parliament to represent your countries. But this government, I mean, the former speaker did not elected. I mean, they did not elected their peers. They were not elected among them by their peers to represent Liberia, the Ecowas Parliament. And now he has sent communication to recall them for them to do the right voting, the need voting, for them to be elected by their peers and be represented by their country. Very simple. So I don't know why people have issue with Mr. Sumo on this. Thank you for the show, Mr. Judge.
Thank you very much. Let's take our last break, and when we come back, we go straight to Sumo to get exactly his impression about what the callers have just said.
Hey, Tanu, what happened to you so?
Julie, I worry. I need to pay my dollar school fee first thing tomorrow morning. And today is Sunday. I finish and get worsened.
But there's no problem there at all. It's possible you can still pay it tomorrow.
Lord, I tell you, I'm not level. I'm not joking. If you can't help me, tell me loan.
Yeah, I can help you. Let me ask you, have you heard about Ecobank money emergency number?
You say what? Just leave me alone. I'm telling you, I need to pay my money tomorrow morning first thing. And then be open way 9 o'clock. It can't help me.
But you're not even going to the bank, Tano. All you have to do is to dial *326# and request for 50% of your salary. You will pay EcoBank back within 30 days, and the interest are only 3%. Your money will be sent to your account in a minute, and you can use your ATM card to withdraw it from any EcoBank ATM.
Dalame, you mean I'll get it the same day?
Oh yes, instantly. I mean in a minute. But to you, EcoBank that baby.
I say so.
Oh, I beg you, yeah. EcoBank can make things happen sharp. For any money emergency, just dial *326# to help yourself out.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Got car troubles? Don't stress. Drive into Uptown Garage. From quick oil changes to complete engine overhauls, we've got you covered. Our skilled mechanics use the latest technology to diagnose and fix your car right the first time. Need tires, brakes, or just a tune-up? We'll get you back on the road, safe and sound. Convenient, affordable, reliable. That's Uptown Garage. Your satisfaction is our top priority. Visit us today at Broad and Nelson Streets. You can also find us on RIA Road, Rehab. Uptown Garage, where your car gets the care it deserves. Relax. Our well house is full of everything that you will never go out of spare parts. It's more than just service. It's the Uptown experience. Visit us today and see why we're the name you can trust. Uptown Garage, driving excellence every day.
Uptown Garage, where they fuel your dreams. Rated will make it shine. Fix your right, make it run divine. Turning every breakdown into hope. Every engine finds its new
About you. We are here to lend.
Sending and receiving money across Africa is now cheaper, faster, safer, and even better with PAPS, the game changer in international money transfers across Africa. Now with PAPS and Bloom Bank Africa, you can enjoy instant cross-border payments made in your local currency without the need for any currency conversion. You can now pay school fees, make salary payments, remittances, trade payments, and do so much more with PAPS right from our internet banking platform, your Bloom digital app, or by walking into any Bloom Bank branch. Make and receive payments from the Gambia, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, Zambia, and many other African countries with PAPS. For more information, visit our website or walk into the nearest Bloom Bank branch. PAPS with Bloom Bank Africa. Connecting payments, accelerating African trade.
Africa, we make it happen.
Thank you very much. We're back on 50-50. Our guest is Vehzelee Sumo. He's the spokesperson for the majority speaker of the Honorable House of Representatives. Sumo, you listen to the callers.
Yeah, I did. And I'd like to thank them for mustering the courage to participate in this public discourse. It's not an easy thing, to form a part of this public conversation. So I'd like to thank them. But let me address a few points. You see, my own friend, Nagbe, called and said that I'm fueling the confusion at the House of Representatives. I don't know how. I don't know whether I'm that powerful to cause more confusion at the House of Representatives. I've never, not once, attempted to create an impression that it is an us versus them scenario at the House of Representatives. I've never done that. As a matter of fact, my boss tells me that we're not in a crisis. I don't see one. Yes, there are minor disagreements at the House of Representatives, and there are genuine efforts being made behind the scenes to reach out to his colleagues, and mend those broken fences. But there's no full blown crisis like people are making it to appear at the House of Representatives. No, there isn't. So I don't want Amma going about making people believe that I'm doing so. No, I'm not doing that. There was I think a pastor or somebody who called and attempted to make it appear like I'm doing. I'm being used or something of that sort. Well, I understand, a big part of our problem in this country, Mr. Jilate, is that a lot of us are uninformed. And because we're uninformed, we do not have the basis to understand simple things. It strikes me. I really wish I had the time to again explain this, but it strikes me every time somebody says, even Richard Koon was not elected by his soldiers. He went there. Imagine somebody says Richard Koon hijacked power. It sounded laughable to me. Richard Koon hijacked power. He did not get that. He was not elected by his colleagues. Either somebody sits and waits every morning for somebody, some politician to appear on the radio and inform them and give them any information, or they just choose not to inform them. See, everybody has a social responsibility to inform themselves. That is why nobody tells you to buy a newspaper. Nobody tells you to buy a radio. You buy these things, you buy a television, because you know that it is your responsibility to inform yourself. So don't just inform yourself. Try to understand and see things through. Look, this process that people continue to reference that took place at the House that led to Richard Koon being the Speaker of the House of Representatives completely, and I mean completely, followed every laid down procedure in law. I challenge anybody to come and say that there was one procedure, that was missing from the process that leads to the removal of a speaker and the election of a new speaker. Let's look through all the laws, whether it's the Constitution or the rules governing the House of Representatives. If there is one provision that was missed out on by the majority members in electing Speaker Koon, then I'll rest my case. That one, the majority members of the House of Representatives followed every single laid down procedure in law. The constitutional provision of a resolution of a 2/3 majority was met. In fact, 49 signatures will be the 2/3. There were 50 signatures on the document. That is all the Constitution says that is required for the removal of a speaker. 49 signatures to a document, a resolution, not 49 human beings in plenary. People keep misunderstanding this thing, and I can understand. Nowhere does the law require that when you have 49 persons, then you go to plenary and you address the speaker, and the speaker, you grant, I don't know even what the term is, due process, if they truly understand what it is, and the speaker recuses himself, and then vote is taken for the 9 persons who have to vote. Nowhere. There is no law, absolutely no law in that regard. No law. Everything you hear about 49 persons going to vote, get a speaker the chance to recuse himself, those are made up stories. The law only requires a resolution of 2/3 majority. That is even what the rules of the House says. So when you have that resolution, you take it to plenary. It is voted upon by plenary. Now, that vote can even be yea and nay. One is read in plenary, and the signatures are authentic. It is voted upon, and the process is done. When the seat is declared vacant, the law says within 60 days, they should have election of a new speaker. The seat was declared vacant today. The election took place the same day. Somebody said, but why do you have to do? Well, the law says within 60 days. So
up to 60 days.
Up to 60 days. So it could start now, up to 60 days. So they chose to do it the same day. And an election was held. Richard Koon was nominated, and he went unopposed. He won on wet ballot and was sworn in as Speaker of the House. Some people, for some reason, decided not to pay attention to that part of what happened. Well, it's on them. And that is why you see Speaker Koon continues to serve as presiding officer of the House, and it's not going to change. I pity those who think that because they feel negatively about it, it's going to change. No, it's not. It's not.
Well, how you look at your position, guys are saying members of the watchdog society should be Pontius Pilates. We should be clean as Angel. We should not participate in what goes on in the community, in the society. They look at and a surprise. So yeah. Vehzelee, who can be on radio? Yeah, is it purely ignorance, or the overrated that the journalist should be a little lower than angels?
Yeah, I know. It's just not having an understanding of how society works. I was an active media practitioner for 8 years. as a talk show host at Pram FM. All the time I spent there, I spent that time practicing every single ethic of journalism. I've moved on. My mom and my dad did not bear me to be a journalist. I chose journalism. I've moved on from active journalism. I am now into public relations. Somebody says I should be sounding like I'm an active journalist. No, there are things that guide active journalists that don't guide me. As a public relations person, I'm on an obligation to paint a good image of my boss or my institution. And I'm doing just that. I'm being paid for doing so, and I'm doing so. Yes, I'm guided by ethics as well. And I don't think I've ever backtracked or slipped off. I've maintained. And the thing about it is that truth-telling is the order of the day. I've not come here to say things that are not real. I provided facts. Nobody counted those facts. They came here with all kinds of different comments. I would like to see somebody say, no, you're lying. This is what the law says. Different from what you've said. Nobody has said that. So it makes me think that, except for the fact that they don't know and are being sentimental and emotional, they don't have anything to say, but I respect them, though.
Thank you very much, and congratulations for your new assignment.
Thank you, sir.
Represent us well as members of the Fourth Estate. I hope you do a good job there. On that note, we come to the end of this edition of 50/50. My name is T-Max. Thanks for being there. Tomorrow I will not be here again. I'll be giving my respect to the dead, because he who is born today is one thing that is promised us will die tomorrow. See you. Bye-bye for now.